Okay. A very good morning. Let us start the session for today. Warm welcome to our Masters, Brother Huang, Hualien Dharma team, and brothers and sisters around the globe to Saturday Hualien Dharma Talk. Before we start, I would like to share Master Ching's word of wisdom. Self-awakening and awakening others. Embody the exemplar through action. Sharing session of Senior Tzu Chi Collegiate Youth with the Tzu Ching on the 6th of June 2026. Charity reaches far and wide. We go wherever suffering resides. Tzu Chi carries great love in our hearts. Wherever disaster strikes, relief departs. Earth, water, fire, and wind, all things impermanent. In this fleeting world, sorrows gather and lament. Yet with compassion's warm embrace, we turn suffering into one loving family space. Self-awakening and awaken others too. Do not practice Tzu Chi for oneself alone. We walk the Bodhisattva path with dedication. Practice Tzu Chi for the world and all creation. Embody the exemplar through earnest action. Invite all good hearts to join in relieving affliction. With compassion and wisdom working hand in hand, we transform this human rhymes world into a pure land. Accepted by Sister Ho Xing Ching from Tzu Chi, Singapore. Thank you, Gan En, for Master's teaching. Now let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Saha land be free from disaster and peace prevails in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness. May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disasters in this world. Now let us together pray for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our lives a healthy body, an enlightened mind, and a total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our book masters to lead us in paying homage to the Triple Gems. Let us pay our respect for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Ching by making 3 sincere bows. Please rise, palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved Abode Masters who could join us today. And so today we have 3 sharers, Father Huang, as usual, will be sharing with us on the Dharma insights, and followed by Sister Hui Fen will be sharing on male or female, and finally we have Sister Trisan from India, Bodhgaya, who will be sharing turning struggles into strength. Okay, before that we will invite Sister Ching for the weekly summary. Sister Ching, over to you, Ka'an.
Thank you so much, Sister Lily. Let me share my slides. Okay, so ChatGPT does very great art. It even summarizes. Hold on, let me show you what the 3 sharers have in common, or the underlying theme. So Brother Joe explained what he observes, and Brother Sean was how to anchor, and the other Sister Chris was how to act. Anyway, let's go. Let's begin. So Brother Joe said, the world is always shifting like the waves upon the sea. Brother Joe explains that change is just the truth of reality. We try to find a pattern so that we can surely win, but cycles of failure bring a heavy load of sin. When faucets flow with water, we expect the stream to stay. We feel a deep annoyance when the light go away. Success can be a trap that makes our human hearts go so blind. A humble spirit leaves the pride of winning far behind. Let me put on. This one is very irritating. The gift of gratitude is what our master teaches us today. Sorry, there's a typo. It keeps the mind from failing in a very bitter way. To truly feel the thankfulness when things are working well can save the soul from traps where many ordinary beings dwell. Our thoughts are moving quickly like the cells that grow inside. The Bodhisattva sees the places where our hidden shadows hide. Because each mind is changing every second of the long year, the path to Buddhahood requires a heart that acts anyway in spite of fear. Okay. So that is all the explanation that is done in a very, very nice light. Okay, then we have Brother Sean. Brother Sean said, the Buddha lived and walked within the human realm we know. Grandmaster Yin Shun taught us how this living truth should grow. For centuries, the Dharma focused only on the dead, but humanistic wisdom brings it back to life instead. The ancient sutras tell us that the Buddha did not rise to seek his holy Buddhahood within the distant skies. He stood upon the earth to understand our pain and taught, how to remove this thing, and taught that seeking mystic realms is ultimately in vain. Our master is the living that helps the bread to rise, transforming all our suffering right before our eyes. From abstract superstitions to a present active grace, we bring the Buddha's boundless love to every every single place. The Dharma is the most beautiful when practiced by the hand, a blueprint for a better world that everyone can stand. So bit by bit, we cultivate through lifetimes on this earth and realize that Buddhahood begins with the human birth. Finally, we have Sister Chris. Sister Chris said, the youth around the world are not just leaders of tomorrow. They act as the present change makers relieving current sorrow. From Philippines to London, bridging many different lands, we solve the global challenges with open, willing hands. The global goals unite us in a universal voice. To care for Mother Earth becomes a very natural choice. Quality education helps the inner wisdom wake. Equality requires what we give as well as what we take. A mentor does not try to force or strictly take control, but gently guides the students to empower their own soul. The SDG connections map perfectly to the way that Master teaches us to act with kindness every day. Through planting simple gardens and composting kitchen waste, we learn to live with gratitude and never act in haste. No matter what our background, what religion or belief, we walk together side by side to bring the world relief. Okay, that is the end. So these are all the illustrated summary, and Karan for listening. Now hand over to Sister Stephanie to introduce our next speakers. Over to you, Sister Stephanie.
And so much, Sister Suching, for the wonderful summary, recapping last week's session. Yeah, very good morning to all the brothers and sisters. Once again, very happy to meet everybody this Saturday for our Saturday Hualien Dharma session. Okay, so without further ado, we'd like to invite Brother Huang, to share with us this week's Dharma insights into the Sutra Infinite Meanings. Brother Joe, good morning.
Good morning, Stephanie, and good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
We're right now in Taipei already. This is the third day of Master's trip journey around Taiwan. I have to admit, I really have to admit that for the past 3 days, I think it was Thursday for when we first arrived here in Taipei. I think Master's energy has been tremendous. It was such, you could see it on her facial expression, you could see her on her gestures that she's filled with such energy. Now, I could only say that, with what I saw, but I don't know what's happening, in the rest, in the study or in the dormitory, where Master could actually be very tired. But from just what I saw, and the amazing transformation from when Master was in Hualien versus when Master's in Taipei. I mean, Hualien, you could see Master was just she's just walking around. She is listening to people. She's getting engaged in the meetings. But it has always been, that feeling of, lethargic, a little bit of not sleepiness, but it's just not brighten up. You could just tell that it's not sleepiness. You're just being very sort of low energy, low level energy. And so here is completely different. Okay, so yesterday we even have Master, uh, talk beyond 12 o'clock. And when finally it's done, everything is done, it was already 12:30. So it was very late in the afternoon, 12:30. And we would think that, I told everybody that, we could start late, in the afternoon, but Master still, comes out of her dormitory at around 2 o'clock, which is right on the spot. And she hasn't lost a beat. She just completely, energetic and definitely continuing. And this is something that I think it's wonderful to see. Even though this is only the third day, and it's only going to get tougher because we're going to be on the road. Today's Saturday, and then Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday we're leaving. So it's only going to get tougher, and I hope that she will maintain that level of energy. Okay, so that's a little bit of update from so far the trip. Obviously, it's tremendous. It's always good to see so many brothers and sisters, and they're flooding in to Jingsi Hall to see Master, and this is always good. But Master isn't what she used to be, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I mean, we're not where we used to be 10, 15 years ago. But you could still tell. You could tell that definitely she's got the vibe, the energy, which is really, really good. Okay, so we're gonna continue. Thanks to Sister Suchi for the poetic review. I'm gonna go through this content very quickly because we engaged with it last week. So we're continuing on the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. We're in the chapter of preaching in chapter 2. So as we are going through section by section, section 1 is the question by the student. And the question is, what should we do? What should we do to attain Buddhahood? And section 2 is the answer. And the answer starts with the name. The Dharma door is called Infinite Meanings. That's where this sutra gets its name. So the Infinite Meanings is the name of the Dharma door that you should walk through. And anybody that should do this, that wish to learn, should observe. And you will first see that the nature is always changing. And how do you do this? Well, observe and carefully observe, mindfully observe, and observe externally, internally, and see everything is always changing. And this is exactly what we eventually will see. And when we observe that everything is changing, we also see that people are stuck in this loop, that ordinary beings are stuck in this loop for a long, long time. That is why they are suffering. And as I mentioned, and thanks to Sister Suchi's recap, when you're talking about suffering, it's not just the fact that when you did not get what you expected, that's suffering. Sometimes, even when you get what you expected, that's a source of suffering as well. So it's not just that, if you miss out, you suffer, and if you win, you don't suffer. No, in terms of Buddhist thinking, in terms of Buddhist philosophy, any gain or any attachment, you're attached to winning, is also the source of suffering as well. Because in terms of suffering, we don't see suffering as we don't see winning or gaining as something that is positive. I think that's something that we should keep in mind. So because we are sort of attached to this change or unchange, that we sort of get attached to this suffering and we're stuck. So Bodhisattva observe this, they see this, and they understand that we are stuck in believing that things should be the way that we want it to be. And so they are having this sympathy. And I think this is very important because I think this is a turning point where before it's always talking about how it is important to cultivate, to be able to, cultivate our afflictions, to make sure that the afflictions gets weeded out, to make sure that we are eliminating such affliction. And this turning point is really talking about such idea of sympathy, the idea of compassion, the idea of knowing what is going on with other people and knowing how to help them because you've helped yourself before. And this is just the same problem. And knowing the solution, knowing the problem, and the willingness to help. So I think all the preparation leading up to this point is preparing you to know the problem and to know the solution. So the moment you see that the other person is stuck in the same problem that you already solved, and not only do you know the problem, but you also know the answer, and you see the other individual is stuck in this infinite loop of forever suffering, there is a sense of naturally a sense of sympathy, naturally a sense of compassion that comes from within yourself that want to do something to change the suffering. So you want to. So I think this is a turning point where all the preparation leading up to this point is to prepare you to know the problem and know the answer. However, now it's not just about knowing, but you actually want to do something about it. So you're no longer just observing. Remember, the very first thing that the Buddha says is we should observe. But you're no longer just observing as a bystander. You want to take action. And I think this is a very important step up from before. Before we talk about observe mindfully, we talk about observe externally and internally, right? It's always looking. It's always checking things out. But now there's other action. There are other actions that you should take. There are other things that we can do. And that is what this is really talking about, the turning point. So the Bodhisattva wants to take action, but what kind of action, right? So still observe, right? So you observe first, you see the world is changing, and then you see the problems that you had before happening to other people. And then you know the answer to these problems, and you see them, they're stuck in the infinite loop. So you want to do something to help them. And the first thing you do in helping them is to observe. Observe again. But it is very different. You have a different intention. Your intention was such that you want to help them get rid of their suffering. And that is key. Before, you were just observing as an observer. You are observing as somebody who is just observing. But now, you're observing to help, to relieve the suffering, which makes all the difference, right? So I always talk about this. I said this many times ago, because I remember talking about this in our prior chapter, chapter 1, virtues. I talked about Buddha is trying to call out for more Dharma teachers. And you must be in the mindset of becoming a teacher rather than just learning for the sake of learning. So it's the same idea. When you know that you have to prepare a report of the things you just heard, you are going to pay a lot more close attention. You are going to take notes. You're going to do whatever you can to help you remember what was said. And then you can deliver very similar things to other people. If that is your intention, if that is your goal, that's what you're going to do. But if your goal is to just listen as a student, as a follower, as somebody who just happened to be there, happy to be there, you're listening. And there's nothing you're doing. You're just feeling good about yourself because you spend the time to listen to something that's useful. You might remember something. You might forget most of things, but you are there. You are listening because your intention is totally different. Your intention isn't to capture all the important things and then use it for yourself. No, your absolute intention is to actually just sit there and listen and enjoy. So now Buddha is saying, once you have this sympathy and compassion, that's sort of bottling up from inside, right? It's actually getting to the surface from inside. The first thing you should do after you want to take action is again, observe. However, this time is with a different intention. So you know that you're observing all the things in preparation to take action. So that's what you're observing again. You're not just looking as a bystander, you're looking to try to do something. So section 3 talks about after you observed. After you observe, you see more. You see more things about all the things, even further. The more you see, the more realization that you're going to get about how the world is or how the world works. And there are the 4 states, and then there are, even if it's good or bad, they all follow the same rules. The 4 states of things all follow the same rules. Good or bad follow the same rules. So this is very important. The moment that you observe closely, you see that there are rules of game that you know that you need to follow in order to get the things to be the way that you want them to be. So to recap a little bit, everything's changing and ordinary beings are stuck. So Bodhisattva observes, see the suffering, a feeling of sympathy and compassion arises, a feeling of wanting to help emerges, and then you want to better help them. You close in and observe even more closely. And when you see that, you're going to see that the problem isn't always the same. And so you need to have different solution for different changes, so for different problems. And so that's what Bodhisattva will see. That's what they're going to observe. And furthermore, this compassion, this contemplation, they began to realize that it's just not the things that they're fixing. It's actually the person they're fixing, right? You are not treating a disease. You're treating someone's disease. And that someone plays a huge role. It's that person's genetic makeup. It's that person's living standard. It's that person's habit. It's that person's many, many, many things. So 2 people having the same illness does not mean they will take the same thing to fix them. Even though it could be very well, very similar, but for a very good doctor, they would understand the root of the problem more so than just the problem itself. So if you're just problem solving, then if something hurts, you fix that hurt. But if you're fixing someone's problem, you're going to be asking, well, why does it hurt? What happened? How did you get here? What happened? And all these things are pathways for us to get closer and closer to obtaining that enlightenment. And so furthermore, this compassion and sympathy is such that you are no longer just solving the problem. You are now solving someone's problem. That problem is very individualistic. The solution also will be very individual specific. So continuing on to this week, what we're going to be continuing in the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. So because it is now closer and closer to each individual, the problem that the Bodhisattva is going to observe closely is they're going to see that people are ultimately very different, even though they share the same symptoms, even though this could be the very same viruses. But because people's backgrounds, what they do, how they live, are going to affect all these things. So there are infinite possibilities. Therefore, the solutions are also infinite. The solutions are infinite such that the way to get there is infinite, right? So that's what it means, right? Because people are, the natures and desires are infinite, the way to treat them is different. And because the way of treating them is different, the treatment itself is going to be different. So that's what this is saying. You need to constantly adapt. There are infinitely many ways to guide the sentient beings. You got to find the right way. You got to find the right path, the one with the best possible outcome for the students. So, however, the infinite meanings arise from one Dharma. This one Dharma is of non-appearance. In such non-appearance, there can be no appearance nor attachment. With no attachment to non-appearance, this is called true appearance. Okay, so this is probably one of the most cryptic passage that we have seen so far. Previously, when we're talking about observation, it is still very much within the realm of what we can see. So it's so simple to understand what it means to observe change, right? You could tell that things are in the four states. You could tell that things are changing, right? We're aging, our appearance are changing, everything is changing, right? There is something that's moving slowly across the time. So all the things that we have so far has been something that we can observe. And that's what the sutra is telling us. Observe, 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 right? However, now we're getting into more philosophical. This right now, the reason why it is very cryptic, it is because we're no longer observing this in the physical world. In the physical world, if I tell you, I see a car, right away in your mind, you could conjure up what it means to see a car. You could conjure up a red Ferrari. You can conjure up an image of a silver Tesla, right? These are the things that you know. So the moment that somebody talks about it, you get it. You get it. However, when it's philosophical, this is projecting something that cannot be projected. And that's why it gets harder. But let me try to explain this to you one at a time. So we talked about the infinite possibilities to treat an individual. There are infinite possibility to treat a particular disease because this is happening to infinite amount of people, and they all have different backgrounds. They all have different genetic makeup. They all have all these different differences. Therefore, the possibility of treatments are also infinite. So what does it mean? These infinite meanings arise from one Dharma. What does that mean? Why is it that the infinite meanings comes from one? What is this one Dharma? And let me explain. This one Dharma is what we've been talking about. Observe this infinite, the only reason why you begin to see all the infinite possibilities is because you are observing. If you stop observing, the number stops. It doesn't become infinite. It only becomes infinite when you keep observing. The more you see who you are today, who you were yesterday, who you will be tomorrow, the more you observe this, the more differences you will find. The fine-tuning of the solution comes from more of the observing, more of the testing. You're testing, you're practicing, right? You see who you are, and you're changing your treatment plan so that you can try to treat the disease the best way. However, something that you didn't factor in, for example, that maybe I am not a smoker, but the way that you treat the treatment works best for someone who is a smoker. So it doesn't work quite well on me. And so you need to observe further and take that into account and make a new plan for me and then see if it works. If it doesn't work, continue to try to adjust the factors that are different and then try to figure out that final meaning, final solution. So the fact that you could see more and more and more possibilities, eventually becoming infinite, is because you observe. And not just observe. This one Dharma isn't called observing. this one Dharma is called because you care, because you have this sympathy, because you have this compassion. Only when you have this compassion, only when you have this one compassion, that you are going to keep on observing, you are going to keep on wanting to know more about the particular person that you're helping, right? You're not stopping. You're not saying that I am stopping to observe, therefore who you are becomes fixed in my mind. The moment you stop learning about somebody, that means that fixed image is in your head. And so the whole point about this is that you are not attached to that particular one image, but rather every time you're updating what is the newest thing that just happened. So you went to Africa, you ate the African cuisine, you live among them, you haven't showered in 10 days. All these are the things that is going to be part of who you are, that is part of change, because you care that one Dharma, that one source is this compassion, where through this compassion arising from within you, that you are going to want to keep on updating. That's non-appearance. There's no appearance, right? That means you're not attaching to only one, that the image of the person that you're treating is continuously changing. It's continuously morphing. There isn't one appearance. There is only non-appearance, because it's always shifting. You are not attaching to any particular appearance. You are not attaching to the change itself. You're not attaching to the non-change itself. You only know that I am doing this. The source of my energy, the source of my effort is because I want what's best for you. That is the source. It's amazing where this one source comes from. This one source is called compassion, because we all have it. We all have it. That's why Buddha always says that our hearts, our mind are the same as those of the Buddha, because we all have this compassion from inside us. We need to give rise to that so that this compassion will allow us to do more. Imagine if we are only thinking about doing a winter distribution. And as we know, in winter, the weather gets cold. So we give them blanket. That's what we do. We do this last year. We do this the year before that. We do this for decades before that, right? So we never change because we stop caring. If we care, we would know that from year to year to year, the winter gets less cold because of the climate change, because of whatnot, or because it's a different place, different people. But we didn't care enough. We didn't have enough compassion to think about what they need. We're just following through. That means we didn't have that one Dharma. So all the differences, all the infinite differences will not appear. It will not be there. So this is probably, I believe, for me, that the infinite meaning, where does it come from? Comes from one. What is this one? The way I see it is that is the Buddha's heart. That is the Buddha's intention. That is compassion. That is loving kindness. That is love. Because we have this love, we begin to have a lot more things coming out. If there is no love, then we're just going to be okay to take whatever that was there before, and we're just going to continue using it. And that's not the best way. Okay? So right now, in the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, it's telling you, observe, you're going to see everything is changing, and you're going to have this feeling of sympathy. And as I mentioned, the reason why you had this sympathy rise up inside you is because it is so clear that people around you are falling down and suffering on the very same spot that you had failed before. And not only have you failed it before, you already got out of this. You observe yourself, you know how to get out of it, you know how to do it. But they haven't. They're still trapped. They're trapped in that one question they don't know how to answer. They're trapped in that one loop that they don't know how to get out of. So you see them. You see them suffering. You know you're out of it. You know you got out of that problem ages and ages ago. So you know the solution. You know their problem. And there's going to be compassion from within you that rises, that try to help them the way that you can. That's where the one Dharma comes from. And because that feeling comes out, you want to be engaged. You want to get close. You want to observe. You want to really understand what the problem is. And that's what this passage is talking about. That is called true appearance. Because you are looking not with your eyes, you're looking with your heart. And what does that mean? It means you're looking with your compassion. The eyes is filled with compassion. The energy that drives observing is not the need to observe, right? If you're observing the scientific experiment, that is because that is your job. That is because the driving force is you want to make money so that you can put the food on the table. That force isn't as strong as the inherent compassion within us. We need that. We need that compassion within us. We need that love, great love within us to drive us to understand all the infinite possibilities, all the infinite meanings, all the non-attachment to the non-appearance. That is the source, right? So when we did all of this, then we would see the true appearance. The true appearance is everything is changing. And the one thing that you could allow you to see this is this compassion that drives you to ever observe more. Okay, so all the things that we said so far up to this point is building up such that people, the listeners, understand that it's not just about getting rid of your affliction. It's about giving rise to your compassion. Grow your compassion. Grow your loving kindness. Grow this great love. It's always about that, because when we have this, then infinite meanings will arise. It will allow us to observe more. It will power us to want to do more. It will power us to be not attached to a particular appearance. It will power us to continue to go on to find that infinite meanings. All right? So that's my sharing for today. I hope everybody will sort of get to this point. We don't get trapped in this attachment, the words, the terminology, but we sort of put a particular word on this very cryptic passage. Infinite meaning arise from compassion. Infinite meaning arise from great love. Why? Because without this driving you, you really couldn't care less, right? You could just do the way the things were because you care, because you love. So you want to do something different. You observe that today you don't feel so good. So you want to do something. You maybe offer a hot cup of tea, right? And today you feel cheery, you feel good. Maybe you say something different. That is because you have that one compassion. If you don't care, if you don't love, then you're going to just be the same thing every day. And that is what the infinite meaning comes from. And it's not just, what you do, how you treat, it's everything else. It comes from the fact that you care. All right. So thank you, everybody, for this wonderful opportunity to share. And I wish that everybody had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you.
And gotten so much, Brother Joe, for the wisdom, guidance, and insight today are really helping us realize that the deeper meanings where whatever that we are doing, in Tzu Chi, that everything happens because we are all powered by this love and compassion. And it is quite amazing. As brother is talking, I was just reflecting that, starting from one single intention that Master has, and 60 years later, you're growing into this. It is all because we continue to observe and want to help with compassion and love. And because of that, we are able to kindle everybody's inner light. I recall Brother Chin saying that sometimes the candle will just
melt away without being kindled. Yeah. So if we observe and without love, without compassion, and without the intention to help, no lights or no candles are being kindled. So once again, very grateful to Brother Joe for giving us today's Dharma insights into the Sutra of Infinite Meanings verses. Yeah, thank you so much. Now, before we move on to the next sharer, can we invite all the brothers and sisters to switch on your camera so that we can take a take a photo with Brother Joe. And we're very grateful to hear from Brother Joe that Master is doing very, very well in the Xinjiao. And please do keep us updated with more. Thank you so much. Maybe invite Sister YY to help us take photo. Oh, Sister Lily, sorry.
Okay. Hold on, ah. Okay.
And
1, 2, 3.
how that?
Cảm ơn.
Okay. Cảm ơn so much, Brother Joe. Thank you. We know we are very busy. So all the best in the Xinjiao with Master. Okay. Now, from Taiwan, we move back to Malaysia. We have a young sister called Sister Hui Fen. Yeah, today she will share with us a very interesting topic. Yeah, Sister Hui Fen has been Tzu Chi for some time, and she was a past Tzu Ching, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And she will bring to us a topic called male or female, right? So I was trying to get some information into this topic, but sisters just tell us, don't worry, just listen to it. Okay, open heart, open mind. Let's dive into this session with Sister Hui Fen. Sister Hui
Hello.
Fen, good morning.
Thank you, Sister Stephanie. Okay, let me share my screen now.
We can see your slides.
Alright. Okay. Hello, everyone.
Brother Andy, can you mute your mic, please?
Okay, thank you. Okay, good morning, everyone. Okay, so today the topic I'm gonna talk about is kind of random. It's because I always wonder whether like being born as a male is actually good. Like, in our Chinese tradition, right? Everyone is always talking about like uh, like my grandparents, they will always say like you must have a boy so that family line can keep going, so on and so forth. Okay, so um, yeah, so like in our Chinese tradition, when I watched drama since I was young, then I saw that the kingdom actually inherited to the son only. Then even my family surname, then I realized it is actually passed to boy, which means I follow my father's surname instead of my mother. Then my grandparents, they always say that, oh, we must have a boy so it can continue the family line. Like boy is very important. If they're pregnant, if they have a girl, then they surely must have a boy one. So I was thinking like, and there is a saying also say that like if you are born in a male body, it is actually the sign of the kind of good karma. They say easier to reach the enlightenment. Then I was thinking, is that really true? But look at our Master Chen Yan. She, as a woman, I would say the female representative. So like even with the tradition, like things actually not that simple. So I'm thinking, okay, is it male goes to good karma or born as male is it better? So I tried to research. Try to research. Then actually I found a place uh, actually male is not welcome in that place. Male is not welcome. So if born as male in that place, actually they get labeled immediately. They were just removed from that system. I was like, oh, this is shocking. Like, there's a place like male is not welcome. Then is it female better? Then I realized that, okay, if that they born as female, they will stay alive, but it doesn't mean it is better because in that place, there is no holidays, no rest. They just work non-stop. Everything just continue non-stop. And they are living in dark and crowded place. And their health issue is very common. Like their bodies start breaking down. Their living condition are very dirty. Okay, so let's do recap. So in that place, the male is not welcome. The female is alive, but then they work non-stop. They broke down. Like nobody wins in this system. No. There's no good gender in this place. I wouldn't say it's not even a city. So the whole system is actually designed to get profit. So they are just trying to extract them as much as possible. Okay, so since this is so horrible, then why this place still exists? Yeah, it's simple. This place is a like ATM machine to certain group of people because of the high demand and actually there is a 1.4 trillion of unit produced globally per year. Very high demand. 1.4 trillion. Now we know that Elon Musk is the trillionaire. So now it's actually 1.4 trillion of unit produced globally per year. Very high demand, very profitable. And yes, actually today I want to talk about the egg industry. Okay. So okay, last time when I first found out about the egg industry, I was like, oh, actually like how the egg industry works. Then I was like, that time I was actually vegetarian. Then I thought, okay, well, eggs shouldn't be any problem because eggs don't have nerves. Eggs doesn't like the meat. So it shouldn't be the problem. I thought that no animals getting harmed in this system. Then I realized, so that time I eat eggs like almost every day. Like, hard boil, soft boil, everything omelette, like sunny side up. Now I think back, I feel like actually I eating more eggs before I went vegetarian. But one day, right, I found out something quite shocking. Even though I was vegetarian, I realized the egg I was eating actually all came from the hens. And those hens, right, in the end, they still go to the same slaughterhouse. I was like, oh, I I became vegetarian is because I don't want any animals to be harmed. I don't want them to get harmed. But then I realized actually they still go to the same slaughterhouse. So which means even though I'm not eating the meat directly, but eating the eggs, I'm actually still contributing to that demand because I'm still supporting the same production line. Because of that demand, so the production line is still working because of I contribute that the eggs. So in order for them to produce the eggs, they still need to raise the hands. So all the production line is keep working, and that's why it's still making them so profitable. So it's actually like I realized actually vegetarian is like currently doing 90% right, left only 10%. But if not doing the remaining 10%, since the 90% of the effort will be wasted because we do so much, right? We don't want to eat. I'm thinking that okay, I already try my very best not to be vegetarian, not to eat meat, so on and so forth. But then not doing that 10%, actually I still contributing to the whole system. Then Actually, what made me stop is when I realized that when I eat the eggs, I'm actually contributing to more male chicks being killed. Okay, here's the logic. It's actually the eggs. The eggs farm they needs the hens, female chicks, to lay eggs. So when chicks are hatched, there's only 50% of male, 50% of female. So the natural ratio is 50-50. Because male chick cannot lay eggs and they are not profitable. So they are considered not useful to the egg production. So they are killed shortly when they are born. So like when the egg hatch, then they realize this is male. Because they cannot lay eggs and not useful, then they will just kill shortly after hatching. So I realized that, okay, so if we buy more eggs, the farm will hatch more chicks, then more male chicks will be killed, and also more hens are suffering. And industry actually earns from this. So this is actually the loop. Like every time we buy the eggs, I actually power this cycle. Okay, I'm gonna share a video.
Of life. The egg industry uses two main methods to kill chicks. The first is gassing chambers, which render chicks unconscious using carbon dioxide. The other method of killing, which the industry considers most efficient, is called maceration. Along with gassing, maceration is used across all egg production systems: caged, barn-laid, free-range, and organic. It's also what the industry does to millions of meat chicks that they consider unviable. Every day in hatcheries across Australia, thousands of male chicks are sorted from the females. They are then poured from crates onto conveyor belts. Shunted along, they bounce off the belt's rails and each other. Finally, they drop off the edge of the belt, and their bodies are torn apart by a metal grinder. All of this is legal and commonplace. When the egg industry looks at these chicks, it doesn't see living, thinking, feeling beings. It just sees an inconvenience to be dealt with. At the end of the day, these are profit-driven industries that are trying to meet demand for a product. As people buy more and more eggs, the egg industry finds ways to produce them as cheaply and efficiently as possible. Creating machines to kill chicks en masse is the clinical result of this drive for efficiency. But there's a silver lining. We have the power to stop this.
So this is what I study about the egg industry. Like, I realized that when they are trying to maximize their profit, for natural chicken, their lifespan is about 8 to 15 years. But for the hens, they're only 20 months. Then for male chick, it's only for 1 day. So I was like, whoa. And I'm seeing the condition of the hens they are staying is like very dark, very dirty. And their job is only to lay eggs. Like the production of eggs is about 300 per year compared to last time only like 10 to 20. So I was like, oh, egg industry is not that easy that I think. But I need protein though. Like eggs are, as a vegetarian, eggs considered so convenient and so cheap. Okay, so let's compare. So like why we compare eggs and what is the hidden cost? For eggs, right? Okay, lah, it got 6 to 7 gram protein per egg. It is cheap. It readies very fast. We can find it in every cuisine, available everywhere. Like you don't need any cooking skill. Maybe your first thing to cook when you're young is like how to fry an egg. Okay, but then the hidden cost is every egg there is one male chick gonna be killed, and for the hens, right, which is the female chicks, for hens they actually 2 years of cage suffering, and then this is actually high cholesterol, antibiotic, hormone residue, and the animal farming actually the major source of the carbon emission. So I was like, okay. So what about protein? So I tried to research as well. So this is the data I get it from this is generated by AI. They say they compare plant protein versus eggs. So eggs for 100 gram is actually got 13 gram of protein for 100 gram. So they compare actually tempeh, it got 31 gram of protein. It is double than the egg if we are using the same amount 100 gram. Then in Dharma actually have 19 gram. From tofu actually have 17 gram. We still have lentils, dal, cooked lentil dolls, chickpea, they actually have high protein as well. So actually, if for protein itself, uh, I realized that there is a because I'm a finance person, so I always look at the cost. So if we look at the cost, the fixed cost if eating eggs is the meal gonna be harm. The meal chicks gonna be harm. The hens gonna be suffering. So I still contributing the demand to this production line. But then the variable cost is actually getting that convenient lah, protein lah. So these are actually variable costs. I can do something for this variable cost if I'm not eating eggs. Like I've just solved my protein problem. I just solved everything. Okay. So actually it's very simple. You can just if you like to eat scrambled eggs, you just change to scrambled tofu. If you like to eat curry, everything you can just swap to chickpea curry. Then those eggs in noodles, right? When we eat noodles, there is eggs. You can just swap it to edamame or tofu puff, tau pork. Then if you are eating the egg fried rice, you just change the egg as you just scramble tofu before you fry the rice. Then like those hard-boiled eggs, then you can just marinate some tempeh, just slice it and fry it. So like egg sandwich, like you just change the peanut butter plus banana. This is very high protein as well. So today I'm gonna share some recipe that you can make tonight. So like for example, scrambled tofu, right? You can just crumble the tofu into pan, then add turmeric, soy sauce, then just the fries. You can just ignore the garlic and onion. Then protein is about 17 gram per serving. Okay, I'm gonna share a video.
I've made a tofu scramble a few hundred times, so here's a few tips I've picked up over the years. First, pick your tofu based on your preferences, as there's a lot of options. For a softer scramble, use soft tofu like I am here. I prefer medium or regular firm tofu the best, as it's a good middle ground, but if you want something even firmer, you can go for extra or even super firm if you like. Just experiment and see which one floats your boat. Make the tofu scramble as chunky or as fine as you like using your hands or even a potato masher. For convenience, I like to make a scramble seasoning with salt, onion and garlic powder, nutritional yeast, turmeric, and black pepper. Add a teaspoon or two of this at first and then more as you like. You're going to have plenty of seasoning left over for more scrambles. And for my favorite tip, add some kind of fat. I've tried out vegan mayo and cream cheese, but recently I prefer some kind of tangy yogurt. You can even blend in some silken tofu for a low-fat option. Try them out and see which one you like. Last but not least, get some kala namek, aka black salt, which is going to impart an eggy flavor, but also remember to only use it at the end, as cooking it too much will dull the flavor. After that, enjoy it however you like, maybe on some toast or in a breakfast taco or on a guy.
So it looks good, right? So this is actually my staple breakfast as well. I will cook this and it tastes okay also. It depends on the skill lah. Like it's actually quite easy and there is actually many alternative out there. And also you can make lentil dal. You just boil the lentils, then you fry some tomato, curry leaves, then add the coconut milk. It will become the dal curry. Then also like one of my favorite is the sambal tempeh. You just slice and fry the tempeh. Then you just add veggies or everything. You can just do it stir fries. You can do it curry, everything. So it's not that it's not that not eating egg is a restriction. I just call it as a upgrade. Instead of saying I'm giving up eggs, then I just think that okay, I'm upgrading my diet system. So actually this is what make it more sustainable. So the question is not whether being male or female is better. It's like how we can make all male and female chickens and all sentient beings feel better. Like just now, Brother Joe Huang also shared about the compassion. I think that like when we are looking inside the production, looking into the industry, and take care of whole all sentient being, then yeah, this is every meal is actually our choice. Yeah, that's all for my sharing. Thank you.
感恩so much, Sister Hui Fen. Now we know what is the story behind the title, male or female. And I think
Yeah.
it's these young people have a very, very good way of bringing a topic to life. Yeah, by giving us some intriguing points or titles. Very good. 感恩 so much. Well done. I think all of us are totally enjoy and also very eye-opening actually. And just been thinking how we used to promote vegetarian to the children in the classes. So we must invite Sister Hui Fen and come and tell the story this way. Yeah. Yeah, truly the power of observation lah, through the power of observation and of course through the power of love and compassion. Sister Hui Fen, just like what Brother Joe Huang said just now, we are able to dig deeper, go further. Yeah, that's all I can say. So we still have a little bit of time. Sister Hui Fen, may I know how long have you been a vegetarian and a vegan
I think
and later a vegan?
vegetarian is about 14 years. Then vegan is after the MCO, after COVID. That time actually I tried to research more, then I realized that that time actually at home then I tried to say okay maybe I can try to be I try to be vegan, but then vegan is actually a bit extreme. Like, is it they kind of they say 走火入魔 that kind. But after I watch a lot of like documentaries, then I need to understand about the nutrition part lah. Like we need to make sure the diet we eat is balanced diet to ensure the protein. So every day actually I will take the vitamin B12 as the supplement because sometimes I just not enough time to make sure every meal is complete, right? So my go-to is my supplement, then also the soy milk. If I'm not enough time, then I will take soy milk to ensure the protein intake is enough. So that now vegan almost 5 to 6 years, but I feel that it's still okay. I'm still happy, and there's so many choices out there. We just need to like try it with open heart. It's not very convenient, but it's not impossible. It is impossible. It is possible.
It's
You
not
just need to
impossible.
swap. You can just maybe some people will say, oh, they're very hard to be vegan because there are certain things they cannot give up. Like maybe some people they very enjoy ice cream or they very enjoy this particular food. Then maybe you just try to be okay lah. You just give yourself a chance. Okay lah, try to be vegan, but then I eat the one certain thing. So it's not like you just give up everything at once. You
Yes.
just like maybe you try first. So your daily life slowly transition or not at once. Then people say if you're giving yourself a chance to try, actually the successful rate is higher. Like
Yes.
there is a studies. So you don't think that I'm giving up. You just think that okay, I'm upgrading. I'm upgrading. I'm
Yeah,
doing
upgrade.
for more. Now I'm
Yeah.
doing for more because previously we're already like vegetarian. We try so much to stop our craving, right? So now
Yeah.
you just tahan another 10%. Yeah.
Mm.
sometimes it's just like a meal is only like 10 to 15 minutes.
Right.
Yeah. So that is a very short period of time. As long you can pass through this, like I actually inspired quite a lot. Like, Malay, they actually will have the puasa. It's actually
Mm.
about the discipline as well. So I was thinking that, yeah, this is maybe we just stop our desire for maybe for more. When you have the choice, then you just go for that. You try to go for the vegan choice. Yeah.
Yes.
If if it comes to your mind to pause, then you just say, maybe I try this, see if I can do that. Actually, that time when I first told my family member, I remember my grandma. I told her, maybe I want to be that kind of vegetarian, like not eating eggs. Then that
Mm.
time she actually char kway teow with eggs. Then she is very supportive. She said, "Okay, can I will pick up those eggs. Then you can eat the kway teow." I was like, "Oh, actually, if you're trying to make the changes, actually people will support you." Yeah,
Yes.
but as long you need to make sure your diet is balanced, the
Balance.
nutrition part, that need to very careful about that.
Mm.
Then I think this way can sustain.
And truly,
Yeah.
truly, I really resonate with what you say. Yeah, sometimes we cannot switch overnight, but knowing and we are very blessed because in Tzu Chi, we have all these we are very blessed because we have all the brothers and sisters, especially in Tima, right, who have brought this 真实法, the real way of eating, true way of eating whole food, plant-based to us, and it does help us. Yeah, in the longer term, it actually is healthier for ourselves, healthier for our body, is compassionate eating for the animals, and of course, in the longer term, is better for the world, for the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are all moving
Can I
towards
ask something?
improving. Sorry, we are all moving towards um doing better and better, right? Okay. Thank you so much, and we wish you all the best in this journey and to share with more and more people, kindle more and more hearts. Okay. Garden. Okay, I see some comment. Protein combine different plant-based protein to get all. Okay, we are very grateful to. I'm so sorry I can't read the Chinese. Yes. Yeah, I think it's important to that we, as Sister Hui say, that we understand nutrition. We're very grateful. Yeah, Tima, especially I believe Dr. Eddie has always been a great a source of knowledge and support for anyone who wants to walk on this path of whole food and plant-based. How from Malaysia, from Taiwan, we go to Malaysia, and now it's time to fly to Bodhgaya, India, where Sister Chuey is awaiting us, and she's going to share with us from struggles to, sorry, let me refer back, from struggles to strength, turning struggles into strength. And we all know, yeah, how to do that. It is through the power of love. Come, let's share with us, Sister Chuey.
Sister Stephanie. Good morning to everyone.
morning.
Nice to see you again, Sister Stephanie.
Nice
The
to see you
virtual world
again.
is so easy.
Never enough of Sister Chuey doing so much for the people in Bodhgaya. And so much. Let us hear from you, Sister.
Okay. Let me share my slide first. Okay.
How's the weather over there, Sister Chuey? Getting hotter?
It's very hot.
Getting hotter.
It's hot. Getting cooler, but it's dry and hot. Not as where is my okay. Here I go. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Okay, I'm Chuey. I'm in the team, and I'm a nurse. I'm a trainer from Malaysia throughout the world, and in India here, I'm with the medical mission. So today, thank you, Sister Stephanie, Sister Ching, for inviting me. So today, I'd like to share in Tzu Chi what are my challenges, and then how my strength in this Tzu Chi. So throughout all this time I'm around here, as like to share again, my mother, when I'm very new in Tzu Chi, I'm only about, I started maybe 2 years plus. It's not even 3 years in Tzu Chi. And, you know, to think my mom was 30 years in Tzu Chi. She did try, as a mom, she did try what Tzu Chi is good. She said, Chuey-san, you take a look at my mom is a Mandarin speaking, and but for us, for her, all my siblings are all in the English stream. So she will get for me master book those days, trying to get me into Tzu Chi. But for actually the 30 years where she started from Malacca, then when she set up Seremban Community Center, and then even when she was staying with me in the last 10 years before my late mom passed away. So she do like Tzu Chi a lot, but along the way, Tzu Chi for me I was not ready to become to be part of Tzu Chi. One of the thing is possibility, the language, because everyone speak Mandarin. When I go to the community center, every poster, everything was written in Mandarin. Everyone was conversing in Mandarin, and half the time, I don't even understand what they are talking about. So that was one of the main thing why I was not keen to be part of Tzu Chi. Then secondly was the way how we want to dress up. We have to wear the uniform. Not only we have to wear, we have to buy each and every pieces, the belt, our uniform, the pants, the shoe, everything has to be purchased. Then at that time, you know, I'm like something that is comfortable. I don't like button up. I don't like belt. I don't like long hair. I was a short hair girl for many years, and I can't believe my mom was also short hair, and then when she joined Tzu Chi, then she started having long hair, and then she tied her hair. And then I was thinking, why Tzu Chi has so many all these rules and regulations. Must be this prim and proper. Must have this. When you wear uniform, you must behave in such and such a way. So that was one of the earlier reason why Tzu Chi was actually not into what I want to do. But I do respect the work. Yes, I do respect it. But at that time, when I was thinking the work you want, as a nurse that time, I was thinking, yeah, I don't mind going to join them for the medical mission. But I was thinking, even if I join their mission, I need to buy this, I have to buy the air ticket, I have to buy this. So I said no. So even in these 30 years, I have nursing friends who actually invited me to go Cambodia, invite me to go Sri Lanka. That time, the tsunami, after the tsunami, and Cambodia for the medical camp, they said, Chuey-san, come, say, no, that one is you join Tzu Chi, very mafan, one have to wear, this one have to buy, this one to buy so many clothing, and then to go, I have to buy this air ticket, all this. I said, no, you go ahead. So it was not, these things has been with me until my mom passed away. And then when I see, when I slowly step in actually to find out why my mother in Buddhism, why she wanted to stay in Tzu Chi for 30 years. She did not like give up, or she did not say that I have enough. I need a break. But she don't complain. She said the things are expensive. Tzu Chi, nothing is cheap. But then I said nothing is cheap. Then why you want to buy? Why you still want to join? And then she kept quiet. So I never had an answer. And then there are times when she complained, someone will call me and then I have to go off. So that time when in Seremban days, when my mom was active in home visit, she will receive a phone call from one of friends. She will call, Simei, or hey, woman, we have home visit in somewhere. Come, let's go now. And then boom, she will get the car key, she will drive out, and before I know it, she's out. So I was thinking, here she complained, but here she obediently, she will go, dress up in uniform, and then off she'll go. So I never really understand what was in her behavior and why she had, even until she passed away, I didn't get. So after she passed away, when a lot of her friends come and do a lot of chanting for her, that's where I slowly wanted to, the curiosity as a, from me, I was thinking, who is she in the city? Why she had so many friends, and these friends, any of our siblings, we do not know about, not much about her. So I slowly went in. When I started in Tzu this is the one of the sharing I did in the first sharing in Tzu is a recycling platform, this one. So you can see the way how I dress. I'm a bit rebellious at that time because I'm just thinking that was about 3 months when I first started in city I started in the recycle center. So every day when I go to the recycle center, I will dress as how I like, how comfortable I am in Malaysia. So no button up, no tuck in, no belt. Sometimes I like to wear shorts, but on the day, okay, they say no shorts, so okay, I wear. So I'm always refuse to tuck in. I keep my hair short. I just do what I like in city. So because I like the work. So at that time, I was thinking, I don't have to be a city member. What I can just do what city do. I don't have to be a member. I don't have to dress up. I can still do the work. I can still be on hands-on to do my work. So like in recycle center, I purposely wear shorts because it's convenient. It's so hot. So I said, and then when they go for this activity, they say wear white. Okay, so I wear white. So nothing fanciful, nothing to button up, even though it has a collar. And then even in medical, so I also wearing something like that. Nobody stopped me. So I was thinking, I don't need to dress up. I don't need to be a member. I was not even a donor then. But then when I start to meet more people in Tzu, some of them are my mom friends. Of course, in the recycle center, that time mostly my mom friends were the one that talked to me. Most of them to me in Mandarin. Maybe when they start talking to me in Cantonese, then I say, oh, that is even better. So at least Cantonese is to me is more familiar. So, but it was in the medical that I am more comfortable because in medical, in nursing, English is my comfortable platform. So, and I met a lot of senior, because I was trained in Asunta as a nurse. And then in Timah, Kuala Lumpur, almost half of them, they are from Asunta Nursing College. So most of them are my senior. Some are so senior that I don't even know them. Then there are some even my junior, so junior that I also don't know them. But because we come from the same school, so say, hey, I'm also from Asunta, but I'm a different batch. And then we have a lot of us. Then I was thinking, all these nurses, they're already long time in Timah, and I'm not in Timah. So I was thinking, then when I look at the Sister Josephine, she's my mentor in Timah Medical. So she's Asuntarian also, and she is my senior. So there are some the other photo here was Sister Chia. So they are already long time, not very long, but few years. Anyway, they start earlier in Tzu. And then when they are in Timah, the story that they start to talk, they start to share what they've done, what they do. And this is something then when I look at their uniform, then I was thinking, it's look, because it's, I don't know, they look nice when the white Timah uniform. So I do secretly say that it is nice, but in Timah, in nursing, when I first started, No, not really the same. I started recycle, but when I start to embrace the nursing in Tima, it is so different. It is different. I'm basically a operating theater trained nurse. I'm a whole life trained in the operating theater. My patient don't talk to me. I don't need to recognize them. I don't need to talk to them. So, and then when I started in Tima, I was given different tasks in different activities. So, and then it is then and I started most of the time was in the Ching medical station during the year-end blessing at that time as a first aid medical just to stand by. And then I went to the free clinic, Kudu free clinic. I've been doing things which I've not done for many years, like drawing blood from the refugee. It was like the last 10 years that I really was withdraw blood. And then I was one time, some brother called me, Trisan, you want to, can you help out in the vaccination? And I said, oh my God, vaccination was when I was a student days, more than 25 years ago, was my last vaccination on any children. I said, oh my God, I work in the operating theater, no need to learn vaccination. So, but somehow when I start to go there for all this activity was not as difficult before I actually go in. So when I go in and to do whether it's a draw blood, whether it's a vaccination, it become like naturally they become easy. It's like I've been doing it for some time, not 25 years ago, not 15 years ago, not 10 years ago. It was like I've been doing that. And why and how, I really do not know. Then one day, Sister Josephine, my mentor, said about 5 months later, she said, Trisan, on Buddha's Day, I think you can wear the Tima shirt. And I was so crazily happy. Okay, poof, I take the train. I went to Jing Hall and I buy. So, and I was so happy. I show a lot of people, I show a lot of friends that I finally part of the medical Tima team. So in this medical Tima team, I start to do a lot more. And I was really happy. And I don't know why. When you start wearing the Tima t-shirt, then like the button up, the wearing belt, the socks lah, shoe lah. In Malaysia, thinking you want to wear shoe was hot, and then all the thing it surpassed, it kind of like it become tolerable. It's because maybe at that time I was thinking when I wanted to do something, so to dress up to the uniformity, it become not important. Those things that during my mom time, what I don't like to be in the uniform, I have to buy, it become not important. I don't know why. And somehow, but when I'm in the Tima and started in nursing, I get to know more Asunta girls. All my nursing friends, the senior and the junior, I became mixed, get to know them, what they're doing, and they have also a lot of story they like to share, what they do in Tima, whether it's a pharmacist, whether they are nurses. Most of the time we do, because I share a lot and I heard a lot of nursing story that they do in medical in Malaysia. So that I started also like things that I never thought of. They put they say, Trisan, there's a parent bonding class, English group, come and give first aid talk. I was thinking, all these things are all very brand new to me. 20 minutes only, you just need to talk. So there, I go, first time. A lot of things are first time for me. For at that age, I'm around more than 50. I have done my nursing, I've done so many operating theater and all this, but when in Tzu Chi, so many things are first time. Then there are people who call me, when I started in the Tima group, then they say, Chusan, Tzu Chi International School, they need a nurse. Can you cover? Then also, I go in. I was thinking my life, I never really take care of children. How to become a school nurse? But I also do not know why. Somehow with blessing, I walk in, I went there, and it just automatically, you are part of it. And then when I look at the girl, when I look at the children, somehow, I don't know why, maybe the nursing knowledge from the school days, 25 years ago, and all the things all start coming back. And then somehow it helps me in whatever I want to do. So whether it's a physio that I go elderly wellness program in Jinjiang, Chusan in Jinjiang got elderly wellness, come and help out as a nurse and all this. Do you want to be part of it? Everything I say, everything is so new, so excited. I say, yeah. So from a non-uniform girl, then I start to put in my donor. Then before I know it, I'm wearing the Tima uniform. Then I was thinking, then it was like there's no more turning back. I'm just moving on and on. And when this start wearing this Tima t-shirt, it was this opportunity that got me in here in Bodhgaya. So in Bodhgaya, I was not even GNC at that time. But the opportunity that I have actually is from the Tima in the Tzu Chi. If I'm just not a nurse, not a Tima, even if I'm a nurse, but I'm not a Tima, I don't think I was given this opportunity. But when I wear this t-shirt, I spread, I was so happy. I shared it to my mom friends. A lot of them are my mom friends. And then they are the one who somehow linked with me, especially this one from Surma, Sister Chuey. So she happened to meet Bodhgaya Brothers Hill. And then they actually they talk. So asked me, give me this opportunity to come in Bodhgaya as a volunteer for 1 month. And I was thinking, Bodhgaya, I don't know where is it. I know it's a Buddha land, but I do not know what Tzu Chi actually do. And I thought maybe coming in here, there's a nurse, Sister Kim from Singapore. She will be here. I will learn from her and all these things. But when I come here to India, 2 days, 3 days, I may see her. Then she passed me box of things, case note, things that in medical things that you need to do. Chusan, this one is what we do. Every day we do this. Once a month, and this our medical cases, we do this, and we do to quit alcohol by giving them tea leaf. Here they call chai pati. Tea leaf and all these things. So she just give me, and then bye, you take care. Anything you can call me. I say, I'm supposed to learn from her. And now I end up in Bodhgaya, what to do. And then community nursing is also not my field. And I was thinking how to talk to them, what I have to do, what in India is so strange, people there. But at that time, I have good assistant in the medical. So with the English that they are able to converse, that is the link for me to talk to the villager. So as you can see, before I come to Bodhgaya, my hair very short. I cut as short as I can because it's very hot in India, I think so. I do not know much. So before anyone can say anything, I have it cut short. So my early photo, you see that my hair is very short. And I like it, just wash and go. So in Bodhgaya, I experienced a lot of things, the medical, the people, the culture, the food, and everything was opening my eye. And then before I know it, when Brother Sale asked me, do you want to stay, to be in Bodhgaya for long term? I say yes. I didn't ask any more questions because I feel they are not important. Whether you want, the rest, all these things is just like when I want to be in Tima, when I wanted to be in nursing, whether I want to button up all the belt and all the expensive t-shirt, all this become not important. It is whether I want, and then the rest They just come in. They just fit it in. I don't have to struggle. It's not a struggle anymore. I don't feel that I dislike it every day when I have to button up. I dislike it every day when I have to put on the belt. But when I able to do with my hands, with able to touch these villagers, able to hold their hand, all these things are not important anymore. So these are the things that I went through when I'm in Tzu Chi at the age of 50 plus, and then to go through everything from anew, but to balance it out, it is not something that I can say one day, I don't know, but along the way, it just naturally comes onto me. So when I was in India, when I come in for a year, that time was 2025. I came in 1st January. So at that, you see this photo, why I chose is that I'm always like a behind. I'm always standing behind and see this local. I only tell the local what to do, and then they are doing all the talking. So this is where I feel that the more I wanted to converse with the villager directly. So language is my barrier. And in the northern part of India, Tamil don't work. All the Indian, little bit Indian Tamil language, when I was in Malaysia, when I learned it while I'm working, cannot be used here. Nothing, not even brother, sister, hello. Here is namaste. That time in Tamil is vanakkam. I say, nothing is here. So I have to start learning. Everything is like I have to restart, re-engineer my mind. So everything I need to learn. And then that's where I said, I need to pick up some Hindi. So when I pick up slowly, it's not easy, very old, the brain is rusty, it's not so easy. There are some people with gift where you throw them into a community and then you start to hear, you can able talk. But for me, it is not so as simple as to learn and to remember. And Hindi has got male and female. So a female speaker and a male speaker also has different. I said, oh God. And then I have to remember, because then the Chat GPT and the Google, they don't have male or female. So they teach you something else. But when I use it when I'm in a mission, it doesn't work because they will tell me, sister, no. When you say ajolo, someone say, no, it's ajoli. What's the difference? Male, female. I was thinking, why this Google never teach you like that one? But ChatGPT does. So, but when I start to learn Hindi, then you can see that they are a bit easier to move around. Even with children, few words, hello, what's your name? How old are you? You go to school. So all this, like you can give blessing, you got no money, never mind. So these are small little things that I start to pick up. So even in, especially in the quit alcoholic, by giving them the tea, I can basically ask the villager how many days you drink and when was the last you drink. Do you drink the homemade type, the thali or the mahua? So that part actually break a lot of barrier. So I may not know a lot of conversation, but sometimes if they answer me too much, they talk too fast, I also cannot. I still need to have a local. But it does help. That means at least that part I'm a bit more easier. So, and then when I start to move, when I'm very happy, sometimes when they start to understand what I'm trying to tell them, this guy, his name is Lakan. He's the alcoholic. He was drunk one day and then he went up to the roof, he fell down and he became a medical case. And he broke his hip and then we fixed it up, sent him to the hospital and then we fixed it. So after the leg was fixed, he promised that he would not drink. But after a while, you know, old habits die, he start to earn a little bit more money and then he start back drinking. So I was questioning him, and he was very embarrassed because he broke his promise to me. So you see, when I start to able to talk to them, and then when they're able to answer, there was a little bit pleasure with what I can do with talk to them. So, and then in my medical challenges, like here in India, aside the languages, so also have to think, because when I came here, I was having the impression that India, because they are the main exporter for nurses and doctors. A lot of doctors in Malaysia, they come to India, they were trained to become a doctor, and then India export to US, Middle East, and many other places. Some of my friends, they were trained in India, and they are good doctors. So in my mind, India medical is very strong, very good. Unfortunately, when I come to the northern side, especially Bihar, the medical is not as good as what I was thinking. The medical here, when I visit the government hospital, it is like maybe my mom type in the 60, in the 70, how the medical is in the 70, where the bed you cannot wind up, the brightness is not there, the fan, they only use fan, there's no aircon, and everything is manual. There's not digitalized, not a computer. Everything was very manual and very basic. So when I come here, I was thinking, I'm like moving back into the 70s. Everything you have to use manual. You may have to use some of the natural things that local people believe, and in India, and also the villager, they don't like government nursing, and they always how to say that, they don't like, if you want, they want to part their money, they're willing to buy sari for festival, for wedding, but they never like to part their money for medical benefit, for medical fee, all these things. So like they in terms of local medical in the government, they don't trust the government, because the government is too busy, and when they really has got no choice, the person is halfway dying, then they send to the government. The government can't help them. So they always have very bad impression. Government is not a good place. You go in, you sure die and come out. So I was thinking, why this medicine in India is so different on this part of region. And then on top of that, sometimes I can't get the good medical treatment help near where we are staying in Bodhgaya. We have to travel far. We have to travel to Patna, which is about driving is about 2.5 hours to Patna, and then go and come back. And then as we go a little bit further, Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh, UP. So it's another 5-hour journey. Then if I have to go to a different part, as I can't get medical good treatment. It's just like in Malaysia, where you want to go, it's always easily accessible, even in the community clinic kesehatan, the community medical, the government always ensure that within 5 kilometer or 5 kilometer radius, you always have a government health clinic that actually to screen to for you to see, and it's free. And government, the people trusted these government services, but not in India. The government services in the whole of Bihar, there's hardly any community clinic here. Very sad. Then because of that, people don't even trust the government a lot, because even if they go there, they don't have medicine. They don't even have enough. The doctors will order 1 month medicine. They were only given about 10 days. The rest you have to buy outside. So these are the few things, these are the challenges that I see in government. Then sometimes I need to argue with the patients. I say, I will bring you to a government. No, they wanted to bring them to a private, which is costly. And some of these private hospitals, some of them, they don't have a real doctor. They are not even trained MBBS. They are homeopathy. They know a little bit medicine. They open a clinic shop. They open and then they say they doctor. There are some nurses who did not qualify. They are only trained 2 years, not rather than 3 years. They drop out after the 3rd year. And then because they know medical a little bit, then they will say, they will go around the village and say, I'm a doctor. Anything wrong with you? Any one of you here are not feeling well? I can help. So you can find these people here, and these villagers, they trust them because they speak the very good language. They treat them with well. They come, they will say that the doctors come on bicycle or motorbike. He said, he gave me medicine. He gave me injection. He tell me I'm like this, and I got the medicine from them. So these are the things that the awareness, the health awareness is not there. Even the vaccination was only recently, past 5 years or less than 10 years, that the vaccination was actually more in place, that they understand the children needs vaccination. Before that, a lot of children were not vaccinated 20 years ago. Yeah, 20 years ago, imagine in India, 20 years in 2000, vaccination is not fully implemented to all newborn. So I have seen children, even elderly, they get polio at the age of 5, age of 60, age of 50. And I was thinking, someone tell me, oh, she got polio, that's why she cannot walk. I say, how they can get polio? Then only I slowly realized that vaccination is not fully implemented until recently. Even birth cert is very ID card, birth cert, all this is also like, you may have an ID card, but your age is not the same. She can be 5 years, no, she can be 10 years old. The ID card will tell her 8 years old. Date of birth is never the same, because the mom, by the time she make the ID card, she already forgotten what date the person is, her children, which day was born. So these are the interesting thing, the challenges that ID card and what the mother said, the age and the ID card was never the same. Most of it, I have not really seen any same age and the ID card mixed. So these are the things that I need to learn, the culture here, the people, what they say, and there's so many things that I wish at that time I wanted to do. But because of the language, like I want to do health awareness. I want to share to them what health the local government can do, what are the things that you can do so that to make yourself, that you prepare for any health disaster, or you can, the woman antenatal checkup, for them is 1 ultrasound antenatal, 1 vaccination, that they have done the job. Antenatal checkup is like, so a lot of time, I also heard that they still deliver the baby at home. Mother died because of the bleeding. Child died because they did not know the baby died in the womb until the villager said, you only go to hospital when you have pain. I said, they never thought about that. There are times that you have no pain, the baby is not kicking, you still have to go to the hospital. So these are a lot of villagers tell different things, and the society, the villager next door, the auntie, the lady next door will tell you a lot of things, tell you what to do. So, and these villagers sometimes because of knowledge, because of health awareness is so poor, they just listen and they believe what they say is true. When they say the government service is no good, you better go to this private hospital. So they will beg, borrow, and steal money just to get a private hospital, because people say that it is the best. People say it is the good doctor. But is it really good when you have free in the government and you don't trust? So these are in medical here, the challenges is a lot. It is not so as simple as in back home in Malaysia, where you just tell them something from a medical profession, they will believe. But even though as a foreigner, they believe half, they just listen, they don't even believe it. So this is not easy. But what I'm happy that sometimes along the way, I met good people here. There are some good real doctors here. There are, I noticed even in government, the doctors, they are very professional, they know. But because I speak English, maybe that's why they are able to I understand their language. And when I ask the correct question, they do answer me well. So my medical case, some of my reward, these are the two. This is a Tetrish that last time Sister Kim Yen, when she first started, when Tzu started in India, she had amputated one of her leg and was installed a prosthesis leg. And now she's being in a TNC, and now she's a patient together with me, and now volunteering together with us. And the other one is Radha. We went a long way to get her treatment, about 5-hour journey, 7-hour journey. When she take train, 9-hour journey to get her treatment. But with her persistence and care, she, the way how now she trusted Tzu. When Tzu say anything, they go. And a very good girl with a big heart. And she used to have tumor in her neck. And children, that time when she go to school, her friends used to play on her tumor because she's not the different. They do not understand that, like bullying and all these things, like making fun of their peers. It is happening a lot also in India. But she has got very big heart. She never say that I don't like to go to school because people bully me. But she still say that first earlier when I met her, she said, I want to be a teacher because teacher profession is good. But after the surgery was done and how her wound, she able to dress up nicely. She go to school like a normal children, don't bully her anymore or to make fun of her. So I asked her, Radha, what do you want to do when you grow up? She's 9 years old, this girl. So she said, I want to be like you. I want to be like you to be able to help the people. I want to be a powerful, a strong lady, strong person, so strong that I can help the others that who needed help. Those are my rewards. So, and then as when I first came to India, I'm not a JNC yet, but throughout this year, then a lot of them come and tell me, Chuey-san, when you go India, you go and do your training there. So I thought when I left Malaysia, I thought coming to India is to avoid training. I thought I can Siam training because in Malaysia, everyone, the mentor or the senior, hey, you must go for training, you must go Taiwan, you must go and see Sangren, all this. So when I thought I come to India, the training, the pressure will be loosened. But it is on the opposite side. When you come here to India, everyone is new. Around me, they are either TNC. When I first came, they are either TNC or patient. So when Sister GP, I met her, she came here, said, these people, they are TNC now, this year, next year, they are patient. So at that time, when I first came here as a volunteer, I was thinking, oh my God, so now they are TNC. I'm not even TNC at that time. I say, when they become commissioned in 1 or 2 years' time, then how? I'm not even a TNC, how to talk to them, how to get level with them. So I say, okay, Die also must go training. I come back to Malaysia, I look for Sister Peggy under the TIMA training. So Sister Peggy, free or not? I say, yeah, what's wrong? I say, Sister Peggy, I want to register TNC already. I want to be English group 1. I want to be in TIMA. I don't want to give me Chinese group. She said, okay, registration not open yet. Okay, when open? You remember, don't forget. So I put in myself as a TNC. Then from then, when I come back to India, the TNC training was easier because in Malaysia, everything is in Chinese. I have to put on the English translator where they translate on the Zoom, and when I can listen, because when it is in Chinese, no doubt I can understand Chinese, but when they start talking, especially proverb, idiom, master wisdom words, all those I cannot understand already. So it's like 70% I understand and I lost 30%. Or sometimes I only understand here, but there's no connection. Like I understand the words, but I don't understand the meaning, what they are trying to say, what they're trying to put up. But it is with the English, at least it helped me to join all the dots and all this. So now when I come to India, it is English. I was happy. Earlier was in English, and then so when it's in Hindi, they translate. Or the speaker is in English, they do translation. It was good initially, but as after the next year, when I went up to now a patient, so I realized sometimes when you start to translating, it takes longer, double the time, and then after that, the momentum of the speaker, when they want to bring out a lot of passion from the way how they want to talk, this was all being when the speaker don't have the same momentum with you. That's where we feel that it's not the same when you continue say something and you get a translator in your ear or someone behind you. So now, even as a patient, sometimes now we have local Indian who are commissioned. So then they speak everything in Hindi. So I'm the few odd one. In fact, I'm the only one odd one, except for the overseas Chuey. So, but as a trainee, I'm the odd one. So when everything was sometimes introduction, or sometimes when the joke, everything was say in Hindi, I have to sit there. I have to look for a local volunteer to translate. So sometimes then when I discover ChatGPT can translate Hindi very well, I'm very happy. But unfortunately, sometimes when there's no electricity here in India, when internet is down, ChatGPT is not working. So I still need to look for a human to do the translation. So so far in India, they will tend to put me in a group where there is bilingual people who can translate Hindi to me in a group. So you can see, like when I'm in the group, we are able to converse in English. Whereas there are some group who are totally converse in Hindi. So these are the things that when I do the price I have to pay when I do my training here in India. So I can't complain, but it was well done. You learn a lot, you gain a lot. So the speakers sometimes are specially flown in just to give a lot of this sharing. So I am blessed also. So vegetarian. So just now I hear Sister Hui say about the vegetarian. So in India here, because I stay in the our Tzu office here where we stay in the hotel. So the cook who cook for us are all vegetarian. No onion, no garlic, no egg. So after my mom passed away, Tzu member, her friends who come and do prayer for her, Trishan, when your mom passed away, it's good for you to go on vegetarian for 49 days to pass merit to her for her that afterlife. So I do understand, because I've read about Buddhism, the living of the death and the living of in Buddhism. So 49 days I went on vegetarian, but they say that you don't have to be like onion and garlic as long as no killing. So I'm happy. So in Malaysia, vegetarian is simpler, because even though I eat in a restaurant, I just pick up what is vegetable, and it was quite natural. But in fact, I really start vegetarian, full vegetarian, after my mom passed away. Before that, I don't really believe in vegetarian, because in Malaysia, a lot of vegetarian are processed meat, processed food that look like meat and sound like meat, so that to make us feel happier that we are eating meat. So I don't like the concept. To me, I feel that if you want to be a vegetarian, it must be the concept that everything is in the on the vegetarian. It's not that I'm eating meat or pakute where I have to think, oh, I'm eating this chicken, I'm eating this pork. Then it is made, processed in such a way that a lot of artificial flavor, a lot of sugar, a lot of salt are added to it. But here in India, what I like is that most of the food that we eat here, except for some special food that the sister brought in from Malaysia or Taiwan. So most of the food here, the vegetarian are just, they cook as a veggie on its own. How they flavor the vegetables too is full flavor. It's almost like plant-based, very little process they eat. And also here in India, because people are poor, they very stingy on the pesticide. They put a very little, unlike in Malaysia, pesticide is a lot. Fertilizer is also very minimum. You don't see fat veggie here like back in Malaysia. So vegetarian here is on its own, and it's because the way how they make how they grow all these vegetables, you taste the sweetness of this vegetable. The cucumber are tastier, they're sweeter compared to what I have in Malaysia. So when I'm here, being a vegetarian, because as I said, after my mom passed away, after 49 days, I feel that I don't crave for the meat anymore. I don't know why. Then I extend to 100 days. So after 100 days, I said, okay, let's take some meat back. So because it's Chinese New Year, so everyone is taking meat. So, but when I start eating meat, I don't crave, because I don't crave for it. I don't feel like I enjoy the meat like before. I don't feel like the meat is very tasty like before. And I find that automatically if I order the mixed vegetable, the Malaysia buffet style zakwan. So I also automatically, I do not know why, I choose the vegetable. So along the way, then I start taking naturally, it's just like vegetable, it's just natural to me. No doubt onion and garlic I still do take. I do take eggs occasionally. In India, eggs is not a daily affair. It's like when we go outside and eat. It's not common here. So the Hindu, if it's a vegetarian, egg is a no-no. Milk, yeah, they do take. So even enjoying here, I've been here 1.5 years. I used to see that there are seasonal fruits here. There are vegetables that are on the summer season, and there are vegetables during winter season. So when they are very hot summer, you have vegetable that is a lot of fluid content, like this snake cucumber, they call it snake. You actually eat like snake. It has a lot of water content. And all this food that being vegetarian here in India is so much easier anyway. So I'm glad this part it was not that difficult compared in Malaysia that I have to look for vegetarian food. Whereas here in India, practically every next door, opposite door, you find, in fact, you want to look for meat is even more difficult. Vegetarian food, even street food in India here and Bihar, there are local food which are all vegetarian. I don't have to worry about that. There's hardly here in Bihar, you don't see their local food meat. Most of it is all vegetarian. And these are local food that only found in this Bihar state, not in Malaysia, not in the southern India, but only in Bihar. They are very delicious, and some of it are very healthy because they use chickpea flour, they use atta flour, and then some of it are deep fried, but some of it are barbecued, so they don't have the oil content, and then a lot of chickpea, dal, everything protein. If I look at it, it is a balanced diet. That when I eat in India, this vegetarian food. So as you know, coming to India, being a Buddhism, then this in Buddha land, it is a really a plus point for me. So to study Buddhism, but to come in here to be so close to the Buddhist archaeology site or the Buddhist ancient Buddhism place, a lot of history here come in. I used to just study a little bit on the Buddhism, but to hear in India here that when you see that those things that I read, oh, Buddha do this, Buddha came here before, Buddha has been here before, but able to see this place exactly where Buddha has actually walked the path, those are really a plus point for me. You know, even though and here in Buddhism, they have Theravada, they have Sanskrit, they have Pali. So we bring in Mandarin, but of course, Master used to have this Sutra Infinite Meaning. So for me, I started to learn the Sutra Infinite Meaning when I actually stepped in here in Tzu. So I do not know much about this sutra, but when I look at the English, suddenly a lot of things make sense. Why Master choose this sutra? Because everything about Tzu is inside the small book, inside this sutra. So, and then the part that we want, these are the things that to be able here to see the Mahabodhi temple, able to visit Lumbini, the birthplace, and then the Rajgir where Buddha used to talk about Buddhism, and then to do chanting in this holy place. Those are really beautiful. To be able to hear whether we do it in Sanat, whether we do it in Rajgir. I've not done in Kushinaga. I've been there, but I am not able to do that. We did not do the chanting there. So I hope all these places I'm able to walk through here. It is near, but it's not so near because some places traveling is about 5 hours, train journey is about 3 hours, 5 hours. It's not near, so near as in like 1 hour here, you fly easily, 1 hour here. It's not so, the transport is not that closely connected. So this is my reward, able to meet the master, Bhante, and Aloka in India, near in Bodhgaya, near where we are. We have a special session where I personally able to hear Bhante Panakana talk about Buddhism, about mindfulness, about this. He is very, to see him on TV and all this online, what he say, what he do. But when you see him, you can feel the aura, the positive, the power, energy from him. A very simple man, but really wise. And Aloka, that one is extra bonus. Able to touch him, pat on him, touch his head. He's a very obedient. These are the reward I have here in Tzu Bodhgaya. Okay, let me share with you. I have this prayer song. It's the same that prayer, but this one is the Bodhgaya India version. And it gives me strength whenever I hear, when I sing, and when I see myself in this prayer song. I hope I can play this song. Wait now. Okay. Yeah.
Sister Susan, can you start the song, the voice?
I can hear the sound.
Can hear? Cannot hear, right? 等下. Hey, Sister Susan, let me try. I can help you this one. Hold on.
Oh, sorry. Sister Susan, did you share the sound?
Yeah. Oh, sound?
Sorry, I thought it was the music coming from your video. You can share the sound by unsharing and then reshare again and click share sound on there's a box on the right side that says share sound. You have to click that. When you do sharing, did you click the box that says share sound?
Share sound.
你可以 unshare 先这边 你 unshare 先。You
Unshare.
unshare first.
Oh,
You stop
share.
sharing you stop sharing your PPT first.
Unshare. Unshare. Where to unshare?
Stop share lah.
Oh, stop share. Okay.
Okay, you stop sharing. Then now you go back and share, reshare, right? You share again.
Okay.
And then when you share, when you click the share button, the window will come out, right? On the right side, there are two boxes. Share sound, optimize video. Yes.
Optimize video
share.
also.
Just click share sound.
Okay.
好，感恩。
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer from all corners of the world. Let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddhas hear my prayer. All united with one heart, let us end our hate with love. May there be no suffering hereafter. From my heart, I pray. May we pass on to all beings the light of true wisdom, deep and bright, of your endless great love that will guide us in our lives. From my heart, I pray. May we join our hands, our hearts as one. Spread the seeds of great love, nurture wisdom evermore. Let us fill the world
sorry. I think no battery. No battery.
With love, may there be no suffering hereafter.
Cảm ơn so much, really innumerable cảm ơn to Sister Chuey, Sister Hui Fen, and also Brother Joe Huang, for giving us so much wondrous Dharma today. And the take home for me, and hopefully for everyone, maybe sharing the same sentiments, is that the power of one, to infinity is real, it is true, and it all starts with the Buddha's mind, the Buddha's heart, and the Master's mission for all of us. As we can see, the path that's paved by all these bodhisattvas from the past to the present, and we will definitely pass it on into the future. So cảm ơn once again to all the brothers and sisters for being with us for the past 2 hours. We have been engaging in this wholesome session of Dharma learning. May we share these merits, these wondrous merits, to all those who are suffering, wherever they may be. May they be free from suffering. May they be well and happy. May they be able to walk the Bodhisattva path. So before we depart today, may we all rise and pay respect, pay homage to the Buddha, the Triple Gem, and Sangren by offering 3 sincere vows. Palms together. First vow. Second vow. Third vow. And a bow to Abode Master who could join us today. Cảm ơn. Cảm ơn to all the brothers and sisters. A wonderful week ahead in applying all the dharmas that we have learned. And see you again next Saturday. Bye-bye.
感恩哦 sisters for the wonderful
感恩
sharing
大
感恩
家。